everybody, it's Jen Bengal here from Out of This World Literacy. In episodes 111 and 112, I started a new mini-series that offers 10 helpful pieces of advice for new teachers in each episode. If you didn't get a chance to listen to those episodes, go back and check them out. The advice I'm going to share throughout this series will benefit all teachers, but especially those just beginning or trying to find their way after our first few years. The advice came from so many talented teachers that are in my curriculum group. I asked them to finish this statement. The one piece of advice I would offer to a newish teacher is blank because blank. I got so many amazing responses that I wanted to share them with you. So here we go. Let's get started. Melissa said, my best advice is to start the year with very high structure. It's always easier to relax things a little later as your students show that they can handle it, but it's very difficult to move to higher structure later if the students are struggling. Also, find a good mentor teacher to look for advice and support. That's really good advice from Melissa there. Stephanie said, my best advice for a newish teacher is to just take a deep breath, because if you take it one day at a time and enjoy your teammates, it will all come together. I love that. Julie said, don't be afraid to ask for help. Short and to the point. Really, truly, nobody expects a new teacher to know it all. They actually expect the opposite. They expect a new teacher to ask questions. They're going to be more impressed by the way you're asking questions than if you try and do it all on your own. Lacey says, my best advice to a newish teacher is to limit the work you do outside of school hours because it can quickly be overwhelming and lead to burnout. My host teacher during student teacher recommended leaving work at work and prioritizing your life and family. And I love that. You know, I was one of those teachers when I taught in the classroom. I really never brought anything home. I didn't, because my kids were my home, my personal kids. So I kept everything at work, and that's great advice. Carrie says, my best advice is to be flexible. Things change on a dime. Priorities shift, kids get sick, assemblies happen. It's okay to deviate from your plan. Love that. Don't write anything in pen. Only use pencil if you're going to actually write out your lesson plans. Alicia says, my best advice for newish teachers is to really get to know and build relationships with your kids, because they will make your year or break it if you don't build relationships. Tori says, my best advice for new teachers is to find a good mentor to learn from and combine their ideas with yours. I love that. You have great ideas too. That's why you're hired. But your mentor is going to have even more ideas. Don't be afraid to be open to that and to blend those ideas together. Great advice. Jennifer says, my best advice for new teachers is to watch other teachers, because you'll learn a lot about what to do and what not to do. Really great advice. When I was first, I was a mentor to a new teacher, and she oftentimes would bring her entire classroom into my room for literacy instruction. I would teach 60 kids while she watched how I would do things. And feel free to do that with a mentor in your building. Julie says, my best advice is ask your fellow teachers for help. Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed. It will save your sanity. And then the last piece of advice today from Stephanie says, my best advice for new teachers is to be positive and ask for help. Teaching is an amazing job, but it can be overwhelming at times. Are you hearing keywords here? Ask for help. It can get overwhelming if you don't. Remember these things. I hope you enjoyed these tips for new teachers. Even if you are a veteran teacher, there may be a few pointers that will offer simple mind shifts or reminders for you going into your new school year. And veteran teachers, you can ask questions too. Ask questions of the new teachers. That might help you both think together. It's been my pleasure chatting with you today. Know that I'm the biggest fan of the work that you and your students are doing in the classroom each and every day. If you'd like more teaching tips, you can check out outofthisworldliteracy.com. If you'd like to attend some free live webinar trainings on literacy instruction and receive a certificate of participation, visit jenbengalwebinars.com. Until next time, you've got this.